I'm supposed to make this last until 10:30. So this is the first time ever, guys, that we have stand-up comedy in a church. Session one.
Yeah, we have to deal with you.
Right, and everything's all the time. Section one. What is emotionally unhealthy spirituality? That will be there will be, the speaker of that will be Sister Connie. That's the words. English, guys, remember English. This is America. 10:30 to 11:30. And then we'll have lunch around 11:30-ish, assuming that people speak and stop speaking on time. 11:30-ish to 12:45. Section two, 12:45 to 11:45. That gives us 15 minutes to talk afterward, go to the bathroom, and then run out the door because we got stuff to do at 2 o'clock. If you're still here at 2, do you know what's going to happen? You can raise your hand. Yeah. You know what's going to happen? No? Okay. We're going to kick you out. Section 2, enlarging your soul through grief and loss. That will be by Pastor Raymond, is going to be in charge of that one. And we can mostly probably count on him being closing at the right time. Listen here. Emotionally unhealthy spirituality, enlarging your soul through grief and loss. The relationship with God. We're doing something about relationships. What time is it? And am I on time?
Yes.
Cool.
10:16.
Slides on? There we go, our first presenter. I don't know if you knew this lady, but her name is Connie Pettit, or otherwise known as Constance Petite, but mostly Pettit. Did you want me to read this out? Connie Pettit has been married to Dr. Raymond Pettit for 38 years. Oh, let's give a hand clap for that. 38 years. They have 4 children, Christina and Josh. Josh is not their child, but her husband's name is Josh. Brandon. No applause. Okay.
Boo!
Caleb and Kaylee. Kaylee is his wife. I didn't know her. And Robert. And then there's 5 grandchildren: Autumn, Caleb, Camila, Daniel, Bear, and Audrey J. Got his license in clinical therapy in Colorado, as a clinical therapist in Colorado. And with that, she will be coming up to speak to you. All right. Oh, wait, that's not everything I'm going to say. Before that, we have stuff around the table right here. Please eat them. Okay, they're not there to show. So, chocolate should be consumed.
I think Peggy already started.
These are very good chocolates. They're strawberry covered. These things right here, which I'm wearing one, are for you to take home and to wear yourselves. They're little mementos for you.
Valentine's Day.
And then also, we're going to have a drawing afterward. And so at a certain point, I'm going to ask y'all to write your name on individual one of these, and I'll pick them up. You do? Nice. And then we are going to have a door prize. Do we have several prizes? We have several. So probably everyone here will win something. With that.
Except you.
Oh, yes. Look forward to that. So
A
with
little
that, Sister Connie.
housekeeping before we go into the presentation. For those of you who don't know, I think everyone here does, the bathrooms are through the double doors and down the hallway, ladies first, men second. And they're both on the
Thank
front.
you. The bathrooms. Do you know
In
what
case there
bathrooms?
be anybody.
If you have some pure pants, do not do that. Okay? It's cool.
Brandon, tell us how God's working in your life this week.
No.
God has spoken to you this week. And specifically, he said,
Your butt.
take off your white hat and give it to Sister Connie. With that.
So we do have a lot of board prizes, and we have books as well. So there's a lot of books that we're going to give away too. So we have a lot of stuff to give away because retreat is about being emotionally healthy and recognizing when someone is being unhealthy. And the reason why we decided to do it is because, well, let me tell you this. So Raymond and I were gonna do another one, but we found this book. We both agreed. So I encourage you, if you can, if this is the workbook, but we actually got the book and we want to read it, if you can. So, yes, and there's all kinds of material to it. So here's the book actually. So here's the book that we want, that we're gonna recommend everybody read at some point. Because we read this book, we said, yeah, this is, I cannot go over the minutes about this. And you'll see why, because the first part of the
I was trying to ask for your bring a pan over here. 'Cause I'm burning
and
stuff.
first I would say, and
So
then
you keep
I
an eye on
have
this.
some discussions on
I'm
taking
just trying not to walk
and
around.
the iceberg. Anybody heard the iceberg? Yeah. So we're talking about below the surface. So how to recognize below the surface? So because 10% is usually all we see, the tip of the iceberg is only 10% of the iceberg. The real iceberg is below the surface. And that's what we want to identify. And we let the world see the 10%, right? We let the world see that part of us. And the church is notorious for this, right? I mean, we know it. And so this book has been around a while. We actually read it in our dad's school. And then we were reintroduced to it just, a few weeks ago. And so that's why we wanted to do this, because we're like, oh, we need to do this. So, that's what we plan to do. This is called Emotionally Healthy Spirituality. It's by Peter Scazzero. So, yeah, so what happened was when he was a pastor, and he even attended Denver Seminary. That's where I was attending as well. It's a great seminary. And he was doing a lot of things, but and involved in ministry, but he was not emotionally connected at all. And his wife was even trying to tell him that and trying to get connected. And it took a crisis for him to recognize that he needed to address things that he didn't want to address. And so he did. And for a while there, she didn't even attend his church. She couldn't attend his church, and he was a pastor. And that really rocked his world, because he said, this is just terrible. And what do you think he was concerned about when you think about the tip of the iceberg, the 10%, what was he concerned about? What everyone saw. He was still not getting it.
I have no clue.
Hey, your wife's trying to tell you something, you should be listening and trying to address these things. And so it took a toll on them, and they had to really start working. And then out of all of that came this book. So, I say my session today is, I think, from 10:30 to 11, when we start. But also feel free to get up and get some food if you want. I made some raspberry lemonade. There's also some syrups back there if you want to put in your tea. And so feel free to just mix it up. And they also have coffee with different creamers and such if you want to do that. So it is. We have a nice barista back there if you want one. So feel free to do that. So today is about learning how to recognize emotions and healthy behaviors in relationships. Who knows what Ephesians 5 says about, Galatians, about the fruit of the Spirit. What are the fruit of the Spirit?
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law.
Do you know that when we think of spiritual maturity, do you know that God doesn't weigh our works as being spiritually mature? It's not what we do, it is about, do we bear the fruit of the Spirit? And all of those are emotions and their feelings. And the book of Psalms addresses King David's feelings about what he was going through. So I've got paper on the table with pens and pencils. Please use them, take notes. If you have questions or anything you want to address that I didn't address, write them down and I'll try to address them at the end. Let's get started right now, and sometimes I get ahead of my notes, now I gotta catch up, and I do that. So I'm just rolling. So, and like I said, sometimes it's gonna, I hope that today helps you. I've got some, a little group activity that I want to do tonight, but it's gonna help you reflect on where you may be emotionally and spiritually undeveloped. When we come into this world, we are not emotionally developed. You know how pediatricians have a chart for children and they're charting to see if you met all the milestones? That's for physical development. But there are parts to us, while we go to the next slide, there are parts to us that are very complex. And if we don't address each one of these, we've got body, we have spirit, we have mind, and then we have social, intellectual, and our emotions, all of that. So which parts do you think people in the church address the most? Of those parts and pieces of yourselves, which parts do you feel are the number ones and are addressed the most?
Spiritual.
Definitely spiritual. What did you say?
I said physical.
Physical, definitely physical. These days, we're more physical than ever. We are all into, getting our weight and our, amino acids and all of these things, and we're really good about working out. So that's, and even Christians do that. We've got some really good Christians these days, So physical, very, and you know someone's ripped like that, they've been working out. They are devoted to it. And so spiritual, absolutely. So we're very spiritual. We're very spiritual. But if there's one component of this that we don't, is that working? Yeah. Okay. If there's one component that we don't address, we're lacking in that area. Like, didn't Jesus talk about wholeness? He would say that I affirm that you might be whole.
I'm on the project.
Oh, so that suggests there's parts of us, right? And we only address ourselves in one or two components. We don't look at the whole, and we don't address these things. So our emotions, and certainly if you were raised in a family, you didn't address emotions, and children were singing on church, and you couldn't say God or feelings, you didn't learn. You didn't learn how to express yourself healthily. You didn't know how to say it. And most people, I would say, in this world or in this country, do not know. And think about that in leadership. Like if you are a leader or you have leaders in your church, they may be really great at spirituality. They may be really great at physiology. They may be really good at being aware of Satan's devices. But the greatest, as Jesus said, is do you bear fruit? And is it the fruit of the Spirit? Because in God's kingdom, the person who has that is saved. Because they learn to master themselves. They learn to manage their emotions and feelings. And so, you know, they do. We do the word, and that's 100%. And so, you know, even sometimes our understanding of scriptures can clash with our understanding of what it means to be spiritually mature. So I think that everybody take a minute. In your mind, growing up, what is your understanding of spiritual maturity? Like growing up in the church, so think about all of it. And I'm just trying to draw from your experiences. What do you feel like would be the definition of spiritual maturity? Well, it's interesting enough that if I do that, you said not saying what I'm thinking. No, let me suggest something you can never heard or thought about. You can really say anything you want to anybody about how you feel. It's all in how you say it. And so in my marriage, we've been married 38 years, and we're learning, we're still, I feel like I'm still learning, I don't speak for you, but I'm still learning how to healthily say how I feel. And also, if I hear something that he tells me that I don't like, I am learning not to have an adverse reaction to it, because if I react, what does that say about me? About something I'm doing, who just told me that I didn't like? What am I doing? What am I doing? I am, and I'm trying to change it. And I'm trying to get him to either be like me or respond like me. And it's like, wait, whoa, what if I were able, this is a higher level of communication ability that I do not want to be working. What if I can do what he's telling me, and even though I don't like it, I don't react, I take a deep breath, I do that sleeping, and I'm able to process, and I wait, and then I say, let me come, and I say something positive first. I love you very much, I care about how you feel. I even just make the same way. If I say something like that, they will believe it. If I said, I don't believe you, that's what we do. Simple, right? Simple. It's taken us years and years to do that. Years and years to do that. And most couples don't realize that 10 years is not, that's only one decade. By the time the couple's together 10 years, they're still not there. There's a book that we read about, remember, this month, 50 years, is because it's actually a book called The First Decade of Relationships and Marriage. And it talks about the markers that you should have in a relationship. And so, for sure. Now then, here's the big one, is 1 Corinthians 13, 1 and 2. And I love this passage of scripture, and I want to read it. Can anybody pull up on their phone? 13, 1 and 2, because this is really, really important. This speaks to the heart of God.
What's the first word there? I'm fairly sure I know.
Love or charity. If I
If I speak in the tongues of men, and how many people have not brought
read that really loud.
If I speak in the tongues of men and the angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal.
Exactly.
So think about that.
Could have given him a mic.
So, did you know that,
Yeah, we could hear it. I walked away.
look, did you know? Did you know, I mean, everyone knows this, if you've been in a church bar, you know this, we can actually do great works in the church and speak in tongues, and we can have gifts of healing, we can have gifts of wisdom and foreknowledge and prophecy. You can have that without love. Without love, people think it's possible. That's what's confusing in the church, and it causes people to turn away, is because, you know, someone has a gift of prophecy, or they have a gift of wisdom, or a gift of, they're a great speaker, they're a great personality, and then they're blown away because they don't have these other abilities of interpersonal ability. They don't have love. They don't have the fruit of the Spirit. And they do all these great things, but they don't have love. And we negate our ministry. And everyone in this room has a ministry. And I encourage you to discover what that is. Whatever that is in the moment.
I did.
Whatever that is, discover what that is. And it will not look like anybody else's ministry. Your ministry will not look like anybody else's, because God specifically fits our ministry just for us. Do you believe that? You really believe that? And God fixes, God, fits us, for specific ministries to ours. That is just for us.
As we say, God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called.
And He has equipped us. How does He equip us? Have you ever thought about that? How does God equip us? Trials.
Trials.
Through unique trials and experiences that only we know, that we only been through. And Pastor Ray is going to talk about that in his session of how that happens. We go through unique things, our trials, our troubles. That's why Jesus said, count it all joy when you go through these things. Why? Because He has counted you worthy to go through it, because He's counting on you to push through and not quit and see it through, to go through it. He does not generally take us around the Red Sea. What did He do for Moses and the children of Israel? He took them through it. And so that is what God is doing uniquely for us. When He leads you metaphorically or symbolically to the Red Sea, and you have the Red Sea in front of you and Pharaoh's army behind you, you are blessed. And you're like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are, because God is working on you. And God is closer to you than ever before. And you have the opportunity to get closer to God than ever before.
So what you're saying in normal life is that when bad things happen, and then they suddenly start happening one right after the other, and you're like, I'm trying to keep up here. Well, you can say to yourself, this isn't an accident.
This is an accident, and you have to get that takes faith. And somebody is going, this does not feel, this feels horrific, this does not be God. And that's where we underestimate and we don't trust God. And I'm saying that fully. When I do that, I'm not trusting God. That He is working, and He's working through it. And I can say it now because of all of my life experiences. And the greatest joys for a Christian is your life experiences. That is your testimony. Whatever you have gone through, that's your testimony. And you may think, well, I don't have much of a testimony. I have bills, my car, my job, my education. That's a testimony. Because you can testify to other people who are going through the same thing, and you can strengthen and encourage them. And that is powerful. And we negate that. We underestimate that. And we're like, why would I do that? I'm going to do just to get myself through this. Why would I even bother to invest in somebody else to feel love when I'm going through stuff? And I'm just underestimating the Lord. You are not using your mind. You are not using your opportunities. You've got to be spiritually mature. You've got to use your spiritual maturity and say, hey, this thing that I'm going through is God's. God's going to do it. I don't know how, and you have to even be at a place where people give you those strange looks, like, and they just kind of like shake their head and like, no, I don't see it. Oh, you wait. And you wait, you're going to see. You're going to see what God's going to do in our life.
I like what that said, about 10% of the expert is exposed.
Yeah.
I feel like, kind of similar to a tree. We produce it.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
So like when the seeds are planted, we don't have the seed.
Well, the biggest part of that about the iceberg, Robert, can you go on back, where's the iceberg? So the roots go really deep, but understand is that we should think about, so this is what I do in my private practice. I use the iceberg. When I sit down, talking to somebody, and on the board, we write down everything that's below the surface that we know about. We know we have this issue and that issue. It's not like we're going around telling them. But that, if you would look at that, that goes all the way back in your life, to childhood. And think about this, you possibly pose a myth for you right now. Something, maybe thinking about it a different way. But Jesus said in his word, he said, all things pass away, and all things become new. Now, we take what do Christians do with that scripture? In relation to their past. What do they do? What do Christians do with that scripture?
Say that again, the scripture.
Was that?
Say the scripture again.
The old has passed.
All things have passed away, because all things become new. What do Christians do? When you come into Christianity, what do we do with that scripture?
We are,
In relation to our past.
We are supposed to take all the negativity, all the hurt, all the guilt, and we're supposed to put it to the side, because we take on the life of Christ.
Right.
However, does that really happen?
No.
Think about this, all right, Kat, I know that that's what we do, but I'm going to challenge everybody about this thinking process. Because when we come to Christ and he saves us, he does absolutely deliver us. And I see how even in mental health, people who come to Christ, their mental health increases, it improves. Sometimes uncontrollable. A lot of times they don't even have it anymore. But then the other part about it is if they still have, if it's like really a part of their family and it's something that they got to break off, it's still not anywhere near as bad. It doesn't have the effect on them. It is because of Christ. And so think about that, but realize something in the church. If someone has issues like with depression and anxiety and addictive behavior, they're not going to bring it to the church on them. They don't bring it to, you know why?
Unless they feel comfortable.
Unless they have a person that they feel trusted,
Right.
that really will understand and know how to help them. Otherwise, like some of the other people who don't understand or get, they leave up to themselves and themselves in silence.
Well, I was gonna say, I've been on that end of that, where I was honest in the previous church, and then you just almost get like You're honest. Yes, you're honest.
Correct.
And I was thinking to myself, well, I can't be honest in church, what kind of?
Correct. Correct. And we should be, but the other thing is, I will tell you this, is you just said, don't catch, don't put your pearls before the swine. In other words, there's some things you don't tell people. Like, you gotta know who you can tell who you trust. That is true. Because you may trust somebody and they're not going to receive it. And they really need it most. So really knowing who you can, that's important. And talking to someone who can help, that's important. But wouldn't it be great if our churches, we had more spiritually mature people who really think we go to church and be accepted, and they know you, and you know them, and it's okay. It's okay, we're all here together, learning this together. And that is the church. That is the church. But I see more and more fewer that do that. Great worship, great, always great, wonderful, retreats and stuff, but we're not good at community and we're not good at love. And that is our mark of distinction. He says, Scripture says, you will know them by the love that they have. And that's our distinction. Not our worship, weekends and our great morning revival. It's our love. It's our love.
And other versions, isn't it?
That there's no scripture about that, it means, yes. But also it has to do with the love of one another. And absolutely, some understanding that, what spiritual maturity is, and emphasizing that is very important. And we don't do that. You know why? Why do you think you're on the Why do we not want to deal with this stuff down here in the
It's too painful.
Bad memories.
It is, but it's like, hey, it's in my way. Like when you get to a place where you realize it is holding me back, I want to grow and I want to overcome this. And I have to dig in and deal with this because I want to be all that God wants me to be. So this stuff has got to be dealt with. And generally, that all things have passed away. We kind of think, okay, I'm a Christian now. So all of that doesn't affect me anymore. That's not true. That's not true. What happened in your childhood still will affect you.
Worse.
And what we don't talk about is kind of like slipping under the boat. And this is what happens, I know psychologically what happens, because trauma is that many times when a person doesn't talk about it, they have it in their brains for so long, they actually even want to know what really happened. And once you start dealing with it, you are going to have possibly, yes, open the floodgates, a lot. So people are kind of held that in for a long time. And they avoid it because they don't know what it's doing.
It's like suppression. Your brain and body to suppress that emotion, protect you.
But it's,
That's what the science.
it's those tears, it's that anger, it's that sadness and grief and loss that we go back to someone, that's healing. That the pain is the healing.
I know the conversation, myself, with people instead of just ignoring it, people actually carry it as a means for their care. Whatever it is, how do we start hearing, and then we contribute it as I'm hearing. This is what I do.
Yeah, so they identify about that.
Yeah, they agree about that. Like I'll see it in church, not just in church, but like family members out in church, people who have started to dislike the church because they past that action. They, what the world is telling us now is that who I am, how I'm broken, and I'm supposed to be broken.
Yeah.
They don't see it as a chance to build myself, a chance of what is what is.
So what are you saying? You're saying that oftentimes people think I can't change?
Yeah, so let's say that like a sin. It's like someone who says that they have a title in them. They really have to. They're always in a relationship. They're always looking for a new person.
They have always been.
Right.
They're chasing love.
It's just
telling themselves that this is who I am and I can't change it. And at some level they are correct, but at another level,
That's what Christ comes in.
yeah, right, it's the surrender beyond yourself. Understanding that although there are some things you can't change about yourself, there are ways you can improve, and the slow improvement you can't come to something new. Christ is there to help us.
It really is one day tried over and over, and there's a lot of reasons. Right. There are a lot of reasons why I tried and I didn't result that I wanted. But think about this is why we Christ, when that happens and we don't get things that we want, we go to God and say,
Let me down.
is it, we think it's in actuality, if we believe it, we realize there were other things accomplished, that there was our plans and his purpose. And we're not looking for his purpose. That's another layer. That's like when we went to Washington DC, we had our tickets and all this, and we were going to see the president, and we're going to stand up there and see the inauguration, and they cancel it. And we spent a lot of money there, and there's a lot of people, we're talking hundreds of thousands of people, who did the same thing. We're all stuck in Washington DC with nothing to do, because they canceled that, and you don't get your money back. And so I'm telling you, that was kind of like a terrible place to be at, because we're like, oh my gosh, we're here and we get money. Wrong answer. That is not true for us. We looked for it, and God obviously didn't want us at the inauguration. He wanted us at the prayer meeting that was three blocks over, and we were praying for all that was happening with people who had not, guess what? There were some people who had from Israel. We met people from Israel, we met people from all over the world who had come to that inauguration. We got to talk with them, to pray with them, and it was also when the hostages were about to be released at first, and we were praying, and it's like, you don't see that on TV, but you know something powerful is happening in the heavens. Now, where did God want us? Did he want us at the inauguration, or did he want us at that church? And so if you look at that, we would have never gone there. It would have never happened any other way except the way it happened. That we were there and we met the people we met. And so we have to train our brain and our mind and our spirit to be mature. And it's hard through the pain while you're hurting and you're disappointed and you have all these emotions to train yourself to look at what God did you, because I've done every single thing I can and it is beyond my control. I can no longer do it. That's an indicator. Write this down. This is very, very important. Is the prayer of serenity. Who knows it?
How many changes that I can add something like that?
I don't know.
God granted this serenity to accept things I can't change things that I can.
The spring
And
of
the
the
wisdom and courage to know the
The
difference.
wisdom and the courage to know the difference between what I can change and what I cannot change. And in that moment, that's just one example. That was huge. Like I said, there was a lot of money that we spent to go there. All the prices were jacked up 10, 20 times more than the normal rates. And we were stuck. And, and if you don't, that's just an example. That's just my personal testimony. But you guys know when you're back against the wall, and you are in different need, and you're like, putting my good why this is happening, that's a God thing. There are things inside that I cannot control, show me what I can, and show me what I can do. That's spiritual maturity, and it's pushing past all of that. It's called, one psychologist calls it, another word is called differentiation. To differentiate is the ability that a person has to be able to be in a particular situation and still be true to themselves, and still be true to God. It's called differentiation. I can tell the difference. I'm not going to let these externals change me. I am still who God has made me to be. And that's spiritual maturity. I stay rooted and grounded in God. And I'm the same. I'm the same throughout all of it. And that's not easy to do. This week I almost cracked and broke. I was sitting at the table last night with you, Brandon, and I was about to crack and break. I was telling you about it. This whole week, because we're moving the church. I gotta move the counseling center, remodel the counseling center. I have to change all my records, with all of my, agencies that I work with. I have to change a lot, I've changed all my clients and patients. And then we're trying to decide, should we have this today because of the snow? Because the snow's gonna be. And we're like, well, should we postpone it? And then we decided, no, we're not postponing it. If the weather's gonna be good, let's go. We're gonna do this, let's go. So I'm like, okay, Lord, am I taking on too much? Are we doing too much? And he really refreshed me. I read, in Psalms, and the Lord showed me Isaiah, and the Lord showed me the scriptures, and I got along with him, and I settled my heart and my spirit with God, and he refreshed me. And that's what I'm telling you, because that's how it works for you. But you have to figure it out, each individual has to figure out how to do that now. You can't do what I do. You can't do it the way I do it. Does that make sense? So no, I'm not telling you to do it the way I do it. I am saying, I do that for you, what works for you. You have to do it. You feel overwhelmed, when your emotions are crashing in, when everything, all the externals are coming in, and you're struggling to just, pay in and get in, and just like, be like everybody else. And
It's having, we get to it, yes.
that's all it is. And so what do you do? How do you stand in that moment? I thank the Lord, I'm married to a godly man. I think if you are married to a godly person, a Christian, in some way, who believes, who prays, who knows the Bible, who understands, you're blessed. And I encourage you highly, because there's times in my life that I minimize that. I minimized that and I said, that's not enough. I want this and I want that. And that was foolish. That was the foolish thing I ever did in my life. And I had to, God took me through that. He took me through it. He opened my eyes through all the things and troubles that he brought for me. Because Satan brings stuff and changes stuff and lifts you up. And it takes a while for your head to get on straight again. But if you aim your course back towards God, guess what? You're going to get hit. And you go back towards God, you do a 180, and go back. And get towards God again, and He does it. It's all God. And it's powerful when you are literally more powerful than when you are with Him. You are more powerful than you are with Him. That's all I can tell you. The very thing you've been through, you know that God doesn't waste our pain. He does not waste any experiences